Hey, beautiful people. Ryan Hamer here again. Hope you guys are doing well. Today, I want to talk to you guys about the importance of checking your credit bureau report and why you mustn't be afraid. A lot of people out there are afraid to check their credit bureau report. You know, you got your heads stuck in the sand, and if I don't see it, then maybe it's not real. If I don't check it, then maybe it's not affecting me. If I don't check it, then maybe I'm okay. It's not bothering me. It won't affect me. And I understand. I understand. Sometimes you got the letters coming to you in the mail, or you got those emails coming, and you throw them away or you don't look at them. But not checking doesn't make it go away. Not opening up the emails, not opening up the collection letters, it doesn't make it go away, and it won't make it better. What you do have to do is take a stand, take a deep breath, take a beat, and actually get an account and check your credit bureau report. Check Borrowell, Equifax, and TransUnion, Credit Karma, any one of them. But I prefer to check the main ones, right? Check the real credit bureaus to see what's there. You got to know where you stand. You got to know your status. You got to know what's there. See if anybody's reporting anything on you. And you never know. You might be surprised. Okay? You might be surprised. And when I say surprised, your score might be higher than you think. And there might not be many derogatory items on your credit bureau report. You might think that there's stuff there. And you know what? So much time has passed, that stuff might have dropped off. So do yourself a favor. Log into Equifax, log into TransUnion, and see what stuff they're reporting. Some of it might not even be accurate. You might have been a victim of identity theft. So there might be stuff there that you truly don't know about and that has no business being there. Okay? Also, you might have some stuff there that you do know about. And the information might be inaccurate. And it might be the time where you got to face the music. You know, you might want to buy a car, or you might want to buy a house. Or you might want to do some investments or something, and you might have to apply for a loan of some sort. Okay, so keep that in mind. Recognize the fact that you might have to make some changes. And you might have to pull up your bootstraps. You might have to put aside some money. You might have to do that dispute letter. Or you might just have to call the credit bureau and say, hey, you know what, I dispute that. Or you might have to call a collection agency that's reporting. Or you might see some curious inquiries on your credit bureau report that you don't know anything about. And you might be wondering, like, where did they come from? I didn't apply for a credit card, or I don't know this company. So the problem is, without you doing anything, you sit in limbo. You sit in credit limbo. All right? Once you make the effort to actually look at your credit bureau report, 1, you jot down notes on what you see. 2, you jot down your score. You compare it to the other credit bureau. They're always different anyway. Close margin or what have you. Okay? Also, what you do is you take those collection letters. If you receive letters from collections, you print them out, or you from the email, or you hold them, put them one side. And when you check your credit bureau report, you cross-reference. You make sure, okay, is this item on my credit bureau report? Did I ever have anything like this? Was this a revolving item that I had? Was this an installment loan that I had? And is it in collections on my credit bureau report? Is it showing as an item in the collection section of my credit bureau report? If yes, then you deal with it. If no, then you got to determine whether you're going to take these collections seriously, figure out when the last date of payment was, and if it's a legitimate debt, right? That determines whether you're gonna deal with it, or you're gonna just leave it alone. And remember, I always mention this, date of last payment is so important, because once you know when the date of last payment is, that means that, okay, all right, if it was If it was 2016, 2017-ish, then I know that, whenever that thing was, it's going to drop off if it's not already on my credit bureau report. And if you do end up calling a collection agency or what have you, don't admit to anything. Don't admit to anything. You say, there's an alleged debt. I have no recollection of. If you're writing or what have you, these are key words, these are key phrases and things that you want to have in mind. I have no recollection of this alleged debt. I know not that which you speak of. You use the Queen's English, but you don't ever admit and confess to, yeah, you know what, I don't get paid until such and such. You know what, I'm coming into some money next week. I won't get money until. No, you don't say any of that stuff. Don't say any of that stuff if you are actually making calls. Okay? Don't admit to anything until it is proven. The onus is for them to prove that the alleged debt is legitimate. Just because it's on your credit bureau report, it does not make it gospel. It doesn't make it true. Doesn't make it fact. Doesn't make it real. Doesn't mean that you owe it. Doesn't mean that it's actually you. Doesn't mean that you're not the victim of identity theft. It doesn't mean that you are not the victim of some misappropriation of an invalid fact or debt. Okay, there are laws to protect you in certain situations. Remember that. So I just wanted to drop this quick video to get the wheels turning, so that some of you that reach out to me are like, well, I don't know what my credit score is, or I don't know what debts I have on my credit bureau report because I haven't checked. I never have, and I never will, and I'm scared. You know what? Don't be scared. Don't be afraid. Take a stand, make the effort, take the chance, and pull it up. Because at the end of the day, look, not knowing your status is going to hinder you from so many things, right? So insurance companies check credit, jobs, if you're applying for a job, they check your credit. If you are going for an apartment, they check credit. If you're trying to buy a house, they check credit. You have no idea. There's so many different areas in which your credit might need to be checked. If you're trying to buy furniture, they check credit, right? So anytime you're buying a car, they check credit, sometimes multiple times. Oh, another thing to keep an eye out for is inquiries. So if you're gonna go buy a car and you're not buying it outright, a lot of times what happens is they will check your credit multiple times because they're going to different lenders, especially if you're doing financing. And what happens is they will run your credit through different lenders. So sometimes you can go check your credit bureau report and it'll have dropped 20 points simply because you went to go buy a car and yeah, they run it through their system so many times. So keep that in mind, all right? If you go buy a car, it could drop a double digits. Anyhow, the purpose of this video, I wanted to encourage you guys to know your status, check your credit, take notes, compare it to what you think you may owe or what you don't owe or whatever documentation you might have. And it's the first step to empowering your credit profile, empowering you to have a better credit profile, empowering you to be more knowledgeable about yourself and where you stand credit-wise. So then you can make the proactive steps to have improvements, all right? Please don't hesitate to like, share, comment, email me, or set up a consultation with me if you want to talk about your situation personally. I do that, and yeah, we'll take it from there. Thanks again. Have a great day. My name is Ryan Hamer. Thank you for taking time to watch this video, and I hope you got some value out of it. Have a good one.